It's SacTown Media Buffs TV with your hosts, Kier Stows and Bunny Stewart.
And welcome back to another edition of SMBTV. Once again, it's your host, Kier the Critic.
And your bestie, Bunny Stewart.
And today in the studio, we have an accomplished director, actor, producer. I think he does a lot of different things here in the film world, right?
A little bit.
Mr. Ali DeSousa. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Mason. Thanks for having me aboard. Good to see you guys again anyway.
Yeah,
I saw you at the red carpet last time, right?
Yeah. We saw you at the film festival.
Yeah,
Was the last time we saw you, for sure. But yeah, I know you've been a kind of a staple here in the community. Not just in Sacramento, but outside of the area as well, in the Bay and other places as well. But what got you into the arts in terms of acting, directing, and producing, and all the things that you do?
It's really interesting. I was just talking to Tony, your next guest, actually outside in the green room, and I said, I grew up with my auntie since the time I was 5, and started off in music. And you got to remember, since I was born in the last century, in the middle of the last century, I remember walking to the music store for $1.25. I bought a set of drumsticks, and we had to learn to play the drums, but we never had drums. We actually learned on the floor, just like in the hallway outside in the green room. That's what started my creative stuff. And then by the time I got to middle school, I was playing clarinet and saxophone. And all my siblings, foster siblings and stuff, they played stuff. And then my freshman year of high school, I had an English teacher. His name was Robert Paul Dolan. He's left us, but we stayed friends for life. And he told me I had to try out for the school play. And play was called A Goodbye to the Clown. So I was going to have to wear whiteface. Well, given the time and context, I thought he was being racist. I wasn't putting on no damn whiteface.
Right.
So I refused to play the role. He said, if you don't audition for this play, I'm going to flunk you. Well, I wasn't allowed to bring home F's, so I said, okay, I'll audition.
Right.
Best thing that happened in my life. So I auditioned. He gave me the small part of Dr. Benson, who was the school principal, because I saw it kind of hairy and had a mustache even at 14. And I still remember the line, Miss Irwin, I prefer that disciplinary problems be handled in the classroom. That was the beginning of my thespian career. And that was at age 14, and I've been doing it ever since. We're not going to say how many years again. I love it.
A few, though, right?
Yeah.
So, and I know the last time that I got to speak with you, it was in front of microphones at SacTown Movie Buffs.
That's right.
And it was for your movie, The Thirst.
Right.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, The Thirst I did with Dr. Robert Parham. Robert was one of my acting students. He came in, I was giving acting classes here in Sacramento. I come up from LA, and Robert came into the class, we just hit it off. And we said, let's make movies. And so every time Robert has something, I'm obligated to do a project because he's my guy. But The Thirst is cool because I typically have been cast as the billionaire, the doctor, the lawyer, the power roles. And Robert came and he said, would you ever just play an ordinary guy? And this guy, everything is happening to him. He's a drunkard. He's out of his money. His girlfriend, his wife has left him. Right. So he's every man his life is upside down, but he's actually the hero. So I thought it was very challenging. So we did the short version of it because we were delayed in the feature version, but we're going to start picking that up. I think Robert said in January, so we're going to finish the film. Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, that'll be very interesting.
So it's exciting. The Thirst. Yeah.
It was very good. I
Thank
really
you.
enjoyed it.
And I had a lot of hair, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
a lot
I had a lot of hair. I don't know where that
hair.
came from, but somehow I had a lot of hair.
Yeah, you grew it out, man. Just
grew it out, right?
Method. I love it.
And you became a drunk.
Drunk.
Method acting.
Method, yeah. No, that I won't do. But yeah.
I know. Just totally
are you from Sacramento originally?
No, I'm from New England. I grew up on the South Shore of Massachusetts in Cape Cod.
Okay.
One of the most beautiful places on the planet. So I grew up on the water and the beaches and body surfing and swimming with the sharks and all that kind of crazy stuff.
Right.
But I eventually came to California because I don't like the cold.
Yes.
And a lot of my mates from school are here in Oakland and in the
really?
Bay Area. A lot of my mates from school, they came out way ahead of me. I didn't come to LA till 2010 or so, but they came out like after Woodstock,
They were ready to go.
So,
huh?
yeah, we're gonna go where it's warm,
Yeah, no, I understand. What type of roles do you prefer to play then? Is it more of the distinguished doctors, lawyers? Or?
I don't have a preference. I like roles that are challenging, and so That's why I write and produce. And so my ideal role I'm playing right now on my project called Wraith, but I still want to play a serial killer.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Juicy.
It has to have a good meaning to the movie, but I want to play it because sometimes you can play a role so quiet.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes.
See? And, people may not suspect you, but I think I would like to do that.
You just scared me a little bit. I think you'd be great at that.
Right?
Yeah. So.
Oh, I'm just kidding. So, film director, actor, artist, what's your favorite role?
It's, people say that, but we're talking with Tony. He's your next guest. He's an amazing guy, too.
I can't
But
wait to
when you're a creative, these are just mechanisms that they flow through. I feel everything is a stream of consciousness. People know me when I say the mothers bring me this. I feel it just flows through my fingertips. Sometimes it's the music, sometimes it's the film and the writing,
Right.
and then sometimes it's the art. And like I just said to Tony, I said, I feel like some music's coming on, and so my new projects, I'm using my music as part of almost the voiceover for the shows. For the scenes, so they actually gonna have to listen to the lyrics and the music because there may not be any lines at all in my Wraith project.
Wow. So
Yeah.
please talk to us about Wraith.
Wraith is exciting for a couple of reasons. Number one, I'm writing and starring with my baby girl, who is Aaliyah DeSousa. I have 6 children. I refuse to name any after me, but her mother begged me, said, please name her after you, which I thought was kind of honorable.
That's very
said, That's
sweet.
sweet, honey. So I named her. So Aaliyah DeSousa, who's now 31, my youngest daughter, is co-starring with me because it's a father and daughter team.
Okay.
And Wraith is an anachronism, I should say, and it stands for Watching Reality, Ancestral, Interstitial, Travelers, and Healers. So they have evolved to a higher level of consciousness, which is my legacy message to the world. Right. So that Wraith is taking what I've written in my pentad of books into film. So this is a father and daughter who don't go through time because there's no linear time. That's the whole idea of quantum physics.
Okay.
But they go through the different stratums, or we say folds, and they encounter experiences of people, and they help people get through them by helping them elevate their consciousness. And meanwhile, she's learning what her father has, how this happened to him.
Interesting. It's a very interesting concept.
It's challenging it's lovely, and
Right.
I hope you play the clip at the end. People will see, but the challenge is always writing without linear time. That became the challenge as writers, but it's going great.
Yeah, and I know we have the clip. Is that film completed then, or?
We're still doing the pilot.
Right.
We've got some of the episodes. You start to get in production format.
Right.
So we've got X amount of this, but we're trying to complete the pilot. Because we're going to do a pilot film, and that will launch the series. And so when people do see the clip, they're going to see a QR code. We're building our audience now because we know that's the new way of doing it. And we only started a month ago, and I think we have 134 members, but it's a private group. And we also have a podcast, so it's called Wraith BTS for behind the scenes, but it's behind the science. So my daughter and one of my producers, who's a high school buddy, who got on board from Facebook, he was underclassman, and we're teaching about quantum theory and quantum physics so people can better understand different aspects of the series when it comes out.
Oh,
So
great.
we've already done 2 episodes. And if you're in the group, you can go back and watch 1 and 2, and they come out the first and third Friday of every month. So my daughter's doing that with one of the other producers. I'm so proud of her. I'm gushing. She's my baby girl.
That's
Very,
just
no,
wonderful.
very,
It's awesome.
Very interesting. No,
Yeah.
good stuff. Any projects you have on the horizons after Wraith that you're thinking about?
We have quite a few because I have 40 scripts that are just sitting on my
Oh,
computer.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you got a
And
lot of projects.
I have a lot of
ready to go.
projects.
You're on deck.
I'm
Yeah,
going to the
ready
ones
go.
that were, when I lived in LA, I had quite a few read by Paramount and Lionsgate. We just couldn't negotiate because they weren't going to let me play my roles. And I said, you're not giving me roles. I wrote these roles for me. You can't buy them unless I play the lead role.
Right.
So I kept them. So the next one after this is a psychological thriller, which I adore, which I'm going to be doing with an Australian actress friend of mine, Natalie Rose. And it's called Of Butterflies and Onions.
Okay.
Of Butterflies and Onions. And the root of it is about Gestalt therapy, but it has a very interesting twist when you finally get to the end of the movie. And we give you breadcrumbs, but usually most people will miss them. So it's pretty, we're going to do that. And then if we get by that one, the next one will be called, it's called The Bench. which deals with some social issues.
Sounds like you got a lot to kind of keep you busy.
I told
How
my
you gonna move, man? When you got all these projects
I
coming up.
can do them anywhere. That's why I can do them anywhere, right?
Right.
But I told my kids, when I transition from this reality, I hope that it's on set. I hope it's on set, or at least at the editing table or something. I said, I don't plan to be sleeping. It's I'm getting out. No, I got to be going to the end, right?
Very cool. Very cool
that.
stuff. If anybody wants to reach out to you, they'd like to have you work with you either on one of your projects or have you work on one of their projects, what is the best way they can get a hold of you?
The best way, I think, is you find me on Facebook, Ali DeSousa, but because you're going to play the clip, the QR code will put you in the private
Right,
group.
so just go straight
Yeah,
to that
and I was
code.
talking to one of your producer friends, Kevin, in the green room, and we were chatting it up. I said, how do I get in your project? I said, you know what, you met me. Because I love working with people that I know.
Right.
And I said, I'll sit there and look at it. Oh, I can morph this to fit Kevin. Okay, let's do that. Hey, Kevin, come on in.
Yeah. Very
So
cool.
that's pretty much it, But you have to be a nice person.
Yeah. I mean, that helps, right?
Yeah, I don't do anything with the people who want to play diva and all that.
Right.
That's like kind of like you see me, then you don't see me. I would say stay in the cut.
Right.
They say back in the day and come out like I got to work with Bunny again.
Oh, I have
It's
to
been-
work
it's
with
been
you
so
again.
long.
Oh my gosh,
It's been a while.
such a good director.
Yeah. So
Very cool. Well, Ali, I thank you for being on the show today, man. We'll definitely have to have you back once we'll get the QR code going, and then can't wait to see the final project of Wraith and some of the other projects you have in the
Right.
fold coming up as well.
Yeah.
Also looking forward to seeing the feature-length version of The Thirst. I think that'll be really cool as
that's
well.
really good. And then we get also, I didn't submit it this year because I was fussing with the sound, but Oceans from Home, which I finished it after your festival, went to Cannes and was a finalist as
You did
best.
tell me that, yeah. I
Yeah,
remember
for
we had the
best
conversation
director
about that one. Yeah.
and best short documentary film.
Well,
So we're
congratulations on
we
the
haven't
success.
released it yet, so we're gonna
Get that going.
we're gonna
huh?
get that going and release it in your festival next year.
Yeah, well, I hope so,
That's,
man.
that's-
Yeah,
no, that's the
that'll
goal.
be-
Yeah, I
that'd be
just
awesome.
want to play with sound a little bit more because I'm fussy.
Well, thank you again. We'll
Thank
have
you,
you back
Kier.
again, and it's always a pleasure talking with you.
Wow, it's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
Not a problem. We thank you once again for watching another edition of SMBTV. We'll be back again soon with another episode. Have a great day.